in an Australian Hello mates, this is your boy Trent Galvez and welcome back to my channel. Yes, fortunately after 2 long months, I now have my second video. Yay! Well, it took me a while because I've been waiting for my acne breakouts to stop, and now they somehow did, though I still have my scars with me, but it's okay. Well, for today's video, I decided to make a content about becoming an international student here in Australia, because ever since I went here, I've been receiving a lot of messages already on how to become an international student, or what are the requirements, and how can I apply for a student visa, and etc. So back then, I think I'm not that knowledgeable enough to do a video like this, but now I believe that I've gained experience, and I've gained knowledge from different people already on how to apply for one, and I hope that I can make this video as informative as possible. Though disclaimer, I'm not an education nor immigration agent, so everything I'm going to say here is based on my experience and the knowledge I gained from the people I connected to. So I hope that this video will be helpful to you and will give you the proper idea on how to apply for a student visa. And by the way, I'll be speaking in English so that I can help a lot of people who want to apply for a student visa. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this video started. Before going to the steps in applying for a student visa, I want you to remember this one thing. Student visa is a temporary visa, which means that Australia's Department of Immigration believes that you're gonna head back home once you finish your course or your study. Therefore, it is not an assurance for you to become a permanent resident nor a citizen here in Australia. However, it can be your starting point. So for the steps, step number 1, choose a course that you want to study. So I believe this step is important, especially for those people who want to become a permanent resident or a citizen here in Australia. So if you are that person, I suggest that you should look first for the skilled occupation list of Australia and look at the jobs that has a study pathway or a course that can be studied here in Australia. Because once you finish that course and you meet the requirements for that job, then you can probably apply for a working visa after you study that course. So common courses that are included in that list is nursing, chef, cook, automotive, and etc. Just research it. But if you're a person that just want to improve his professional growth and personal growth with the course that you study way back home, then you can just choose any course that you wanted without any problem. Step 2 is look for an institution and apply for admissions. So in this step, you can actually do it by yourself or through an education agent. So if you decide to apply by yourself, then you really need to do a lot of research regarding the courses available in the school you want, the fees, but most of that information are already available in their website, and you can contact them through email and calls. But if you decide to apply for or apply through an education agent, then most of the education agents have their connections already with the schools. So basically, they already have the list of requirements for that school, and you just need to comply that. So basic requirements in applying for admissions are passport, birth certificate, transcript of records, police clearance, NBI clearance. If you are employed, then they're gonna need certificate of employment, but not every school. Next is the English test requirement. So this requirement is also not for every school. So most of the school that require English tests has or have a higher level. So it depends on the level of the school that you wanted to go in if they require you with the English test requirements. So English tests can be done with IELTS, PTE, and OET. And the last is financial declaration. So also not every school requires you financial declaration. It also depends on the level of that school. I'm not really aware of how they classify schools with different levels, but I believe universities have a higher level, and they really require you to have IELTS or English requirements and financial declaration. So that's it for step 2. Step 3 is receive and accept your letter of offer. So since you're done applying and complying with the school's requirements, then you just need to wait for some time, since the school will evaluate and assess your documents. And if they decide to accept you as their student, then they'll send you a letter of offer. So a letter of offer will provide you with details regarding the commencement date and the end date of your course, the payments that you need to pay, your rights as a student, the terms and conditions in studying to that school or university, your need to have an insurance while studying. Next is policies and procedures, then terms and conditions, and you just need to sign it and send it back to them through scanning and emailing it. And you also need to send your payment. So once you're done with that, then it is the step 4, and that is getting your COE, or the confirmation of enrollment. So basically, it's a document that you need in applying for the student visa, since it will certify that you're already enrolled in an Australian enrolled in an Australian institution. So after you receive that COE, then you can probably apply for a student visa now, and that's step 5, applying for a student visa. So in applying for the student visa, you can do it by yourself or through an agency also. So if you decided to apply by yourself, then you need to make an immigration account or an IMI account, and fill out forms there and attach documents that is required by the Australian Immigration Department. So the requirements can be found in their website, the Department of Immigration Australia, and you can do it by yourself. If you're gonna apply through an agency, then most of the work will be done by your education agent. So you just need to comply with some personal details and the additional requirements, if there are some, to your agent. And I think one of the additional requirement is a GTE, or your statement of purpose. So GTE stands for Genuine Temporary Entrant. Well, this document is important because it will prove that your stay here in Australia is temporary, since student visa is a temporary visa. So you should not really mess up with this one, because if you're gonna mess this one up, then there's a high chance that your visa will be refused. So you really need to convince the case officer that your course or your study here in Australia is genuine and that you don't intend to stay here for long. So in choosing your course, for example, you change course or change career, then you really need to have a convincing statement or convincing power in why you did that. So I really hope that is clear with you guys, because most of the refused visas are because of the GTE. So other requirements will be the financial declaration, which I stated already earlier with the school requirements, because it's still needed in application for a student visa, the IELTS, the passport, personal documents. Yeah, they still need it for applying for student visa. And of course the payment for the visa, which is in, I think, around 500 to 600 Australian dollars. So it's like maybe 24k in Philippines. Then once you're done applying, then you lodge your visa. After lodging, then the immigration will require you to do medical tests. So they are partnered, there are only partnered clinics with the immigration of, or with the Australian immigration. So you really need to do that on those selected clinics, since they're the one who's gonna upload that to the immigration account. So after you've done the medical test, then that's it. You're almost done. You just need to wait for the decision of the Department of Immigration. So it takes at most, I think, 6 months. But in my case, I had the decision after 10 days. So some of the people have theirs by 2 days. So it really depends on how fast the case officer, or how convincing maybe your documents are. So I think that's it. I hope that I made it clear to you. And if you have questions, you can comment it down below. And if ever I forget some, then I'll just add it for the next video. Then I hope that you really learned a lot in this video and it gave you an idea in how to apply for a student visa. So before I end this video, I just want to thank my sponsor, Mahal Kong Maynila. Kidding, I have no sponsor. I just want to thank you guys for staying this long for my video. I hope that I have helped you a lot. I hope that I'm a great help for those people who want to study here in the future. And I really hope to see you guys soon, if ever I'm still here too. So I hope that you guys are all healthy and safe. Also, let's just pray that this crisis will end soon. Let's collaborate and cooperate with the government to flatten the curve and to keep everyone safe. And let's do social distancing, proper hand washing, sanitizing, drink vitamin C to boost your immune system, spread kindness, and spread love, guys. Thank you so much, and see you on my next video. Bye.